So this morning, as we celebrate Read Across Jamaica Day, we are spotlighting inclusivity and the importance of fair and equal opportunities to participate, contribute, and succeed. Now, UNICEF Jamaica's Accessible Digital Textbook Project is pioneering inclusive education by converting 12 storybooks, including My Brain is My Boss, into universal design for learning format.
All right, well, through sensitization efforts, targeting teachers, book industry professors, and parents and children without disabilities, with and without, will access interactive learning experiences both in classrooms and at home. Here to tell us more this morning is 7-year-old student at the Danny Williams School for the Deaf, Ari Jones. We also have his mother, Stacy-Ann Sturridge, and education specialist at UNICEF, Rebecca Tortello, joins us online via Zoom. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Morning.
Hi,
Morning.
Rebecca.
Hi Stacy-Ann. Hi, Ari. Hi, Ari.
Hey.
Hi, Yandy.
Hey. So, Stacy-Ann, I'm going to come to you first.
Yes.
Let's talk a bit about the experience as a mom who has a deaf child who is a ball of energy and absolutely, from all accounts we can see, he's thriving. Yes. What has the journey been like for you from the 9 months when he got his diagnosis to where you are now?
Initially, it was hard because every parent wants a normal, perfect child that society believes that we should have, but then you have to understand that that's not the game that everybody has to play.
Right.
So you decide how you're going to play that game. And for me, it was ensuring that early intervention was going to be what I focused on. And that is what made the journey easier.
Yeah, Stacy-Ann mentioned early intervention, Rebecca. Let's talk a little bit about how important it is. The intervention is not just what happens at home, but what happens in schools and what's happening now in allowing the textbooks to become accessible. Let's walk through how important that is and the impact it has to include children with disabilities in the learning program.
Sure. So, well, I mean, the inclusion, it's all about inclusion. So the policy, the country's policy is really about trying to move towards mixed ability classrooms as much as possible. So the more that we can create resource materials that facilitate that, the better. So these books and the universal design format basically allow children with and without disabilities to learn in the same classroom from the same teacher. So you don't need to have another teacher, for the entire class. So you see images on the screen of Ari with his classmates looking at a tablet. So the books are accessible on any device, a phone, a tablet, a laptop, whatever. And they have sign language. So for Ari, when he was first reading these, it was the first time he'd seen a book in his language. So he's able to click on the little icon. When you go to the actual pages, you see a little icon with hands. And when you click on that, the sign language person pops up and you can sign language. And if you don't turn that on, what happens is you hear the audio and the words light up. Also, you have descriptions of the images on the page. So it's not just the words on the page that are spoken, it's also what the images look like on the page. You can make the font, the colors, all of these things are factored in the design in universal design for learning. And Jamaica is the first English-speaking island in the Caribbean, the first English-speaking country in the region, in Latin America and the Caribbean, to have these accessible digital books. And when we finish our first set of 12, we'll be able to share with other countries in the English-speaking Caribbean and around the world, really. And we took these books, we chose to do these books because we're really focusing on foundational literacy and numeracy. The book series is really for grades 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to be embedding them into another platform for learning to support catch-up learning, one-on-one, small groups, or whole classes called the Learning Passport. And it will be inclusive because there will be these inclusive elements in the platform. We're not finished with that one yet, but we'll come back to tell you about that one. But these books, I think My Brain is My Boss used to be one of Ari's favorite books. That's what his teacher, Miss Matheson, told us.
Still is.
Okay, good. And there are activities that we wrote to put into the book, so it's not just a story anymore, it's become more interactive. We did that with the help of a technical working group of teachers children with and without disabilities. So you can imagine where you might have a description for a word that might be okay for one child, but if a child has intellectual disabilities, that teacher would say, or told us, no, we have to break that down more. That's not going to work. So it was a very instructive process for us all around, and we're very much looking forward to finishing the 12. We've been building capacity in the ministry. We've been doing this with Book Fusion, which is a Jamaican company. We're so fortunate to have Book Fusion on the island. Without Book Fusion, this is much more complicated. And in fact, Book Fusion has helped other Spanish-speaking countries to complete their conversion to universal design. So bigging up Dwayne Campbell at Book Fusion and his team, Carol Granston and Annette Piper, who have helped us to do research impact studies. So we didn't just develop them, we also tested them. Ari helped us to test them. So he's our ambassador, really. He's our accessible digital textbook ambassador. Awesome. And he's doing a great job. Awesome. And we're hoping to go to more schools with the help of the special education unit in the ministry.
All right.
All right.
There you see, and you can make the person bigger. The interpreter can become bigger, I think, if you click on her. So you'll see she's signing there the title of the book. See?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ari?
My brain is my boss.
And there's music and background voices.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows it.
Yeah, he knows that book.
My brain tells my fingers to draw. I draw a big, bright picture. My brain tells my feet to walk. I walk in a straight line.
I walk in circles.
I walk in a zigzag pattern.
Good.
My brain tells my eyes to open. It tells my eyes to close. My brain tells my mouth to talk.
And I begin to feel in control already.
It tells my mouth to pucker up for a kiss.
I could have him read to me all day.
My heart is my engine. My heart works all day and all night. My heart pushes blood through arteries and veins. My arteries and veins spread out like the branches of a tree.
All right. Ari, do you love to read? You love to read.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
How do you define very good or excellent?
How do you?
Very good.
Okay. Dr. Tortello, how can persons access these books, or this particular book and the other 12 when they're ready?
They're on the Book Fusion platform right now, and they'll be linked to the Jamaica Library Service, but of course they'll be on UNICEF's pages today. These two, we have 2 completely finished and 5 almost done, and we have 5 left that are almost being converted. It's a slow, steady process, but you know what's happening is that with all the new developments in AI, the process is going to speed up exponentially.
I can
so
imagine.
we're going to be able to convert much faster. So if you follow UNICEF Jamaica on any social media platform, you'll be able to access them today. And we've been doing sessions with teachers, and we'll continue to do those, and with parents to let them know that this resource is available.
You mentioned the parents. Stacy-Ann, final word very quickly. How important is this for you that Ari gets this type of access?
Well, first of all, learning to read is so important.
Yes.
And I mean, we take it for granted because we can hear and it's normal for us to read. But taking Ari to the movies is what made me realize how important this actual thing was, because it has captions. So he's able to read the captions. When we went overseas, we went to the movies and they had and a thing, I don't remember the name of it right now, but it allowed accessibility for him. And he was included because he could read the caption while he was watching the movie, and he could understand what the movie was about. So we could have a conversation about that movie. Spoke to the people at Palace here. They said they're trying to work on it, you know. We all have to be included. Inclusivity, as I said, is very important to me, especially because I have him to think about.
Of course.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Awesome.
Brilliant stuff.
You're doing an amazing
Honestly.
job,
Thank
by
you
the
so
way. Big up
much.
to all the parents
Honestly.
out there who are doing, you know, an amazing job. It might not be easy, but it's definitely worth it.
Ari, I see you. I see you. All right, that was Stacy-Ann Sturridge, 7-year-old student at the Danny Williams School for the Deaf, Ari Jones, and well, Stacy-Ann is Ari's mom.
Yeah.
Also, education specialist with UNICEF, Rebecca Tortello. TK is on standby with the news. More Sunrise when we return. Thank you, Ari. Thank you.
Ari, 6 years old, student.
I am happy that I can share this book with my friend Michaela, and she is able to hear. This is my first time reading a book that has sign language.
Stacy-Ann Sturridge, Ari's mother.
With Ari, that's when I realized that we do not include a lot of our society. They are left to the side, and we just, I guess, live our lives not even thinking about them, because I did not know a deaf person or a hard of hearing person before Ari. It made me realize that I should try my best to include more people in the things that I'm doing. Being left behind is total sadness. You don't want to be left behind, even as hearing groups. Even if all of us here, we are hearing and somebody is leaving you behind, you're going to feel sad.